Good morning. It's October the 3rd, 2023. The commission meeting for the Douglas County Board of Commissioners will come to order. We welcome all of you here today. County Clerk, would you please take the roll for the record?
Yes, sir. District 1, Ricky Dobbs.
Present.
District 2, Kelly Robinson.
Madam Clerk, present.
District 3, Vice Chair Terenia Carthen.
Present.
District 4, Mark Alcaraz.
Present.
Chairman Phil Miller.
I'm here. Commissioners, are there any changes that need to be made to the agenda? If being none, the agenda stands approved as presented. We have Deputy Alan Clayton here with us this morning to lead us in our invocation. Please stand for the invocation, and after the invocation, please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's an honor to be here this morning. Let's all bow in a word of prayer. Father, first of all, we want to thank you for the beautiful day that you've given us today. Lord, thank you for allowing us just to be able to put our feet on the floor this morning and to come out into this beautiful world. Lord, it's a beautiful day, and we thank you for it. Lord, we're also reminded this morning that you are always with us, and we want to thank you for that. Even in an ever-changing world. And Lord, because of that, we're reminded of a couple of verses of Scripture that we find in the book of Malachi that says, I, the Lord, do not change. And then in verse 7 it says, ever since the time of your ancestors you have turned away from my decrees and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says the Lord. Lord, help us that we would return to you, the very God of our salvation, and Lord, that we would always lean on you. Lord, I want to thank you this morning for all of these that serve our community so faithfully. Thank you for those that serve, Lord, our country all over the world. But Lord, we ask you to just be with us this morning. Lord, as some decisions I'm sure will be made that might forever change our community. And Lord, I pray that we would always turn to you and ask you for guidance and direction. Lord, thank you for good health. And Lord, again, thank you for the strength that we have to be here today. Lord, I pray that you would just have your hand upon our community. God, if we've ever needed you, we need you today. Lord, we look to you for guidance and direction. And Lord, we'll praise you and we'll thank you for everything that's accomplished. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, sir.
As a reminder, each commissioner will have 3 minutes to make remarks and 2 minutes for rebuttal. Clerk, do we have anybody sign up for public comment?
We did not.
We have a presentation from Judge Barker this morning recognizing our DUI court and our drug court. And if you want to see, we have a lot of programs in this county, but this program is special to my heart. I've seen so many people that had a alcohol or drug problem changed after they've gone through this program. So it's a blessing to have you here today, Judge.
Morning, Chairman Miller, members of the Commission. Thank you for having us today. On September the 12th of this year, the Douglas County DUI Drug Court team was recognized by the Council of Accountability Court Judges at our state conference as a model DUI court program. And it's to serve as a model program from the years 2024 through 2026. It's a 3-year recognition and honor. This is the second time that our program has received this. We're currently serving as a model court that began back in 2021 when we were first recognized. The award is a recognition of the DUI drug court team's commitment to the Georgia DUI court standards and best practices and the hard work of the team in serving our community. Part of the responsibility of being a model court is that we will serve as a resource by request to other accountability courts in need of technical assistance information sharing, and site visits. This is part of the court's collaboration to improve the lives of our participants and the communities that we serve. As you may know, our program is made up of multiple treatment tracks in which our participants are placed in their treatment groups based upon their risk needs assessment. Participants come to our program mainly through the referral process through the Solicitor General's office, but our program also takes individuals that are referred through the District Attorney's office. The Solicitor General refers repeat DUI offenders, but we also take individuals that also have drug charges or other criminal charges that are related to substance abuse and alcohol use. The accountability courts in Douglas County are unique in that we share resources in order to get an offender into the best treatment program that fits their needs to help them learn to live a life in recovery. The cooperation between the Superior Court, State Court, and all of our stakeholders is recognized statewide and is a big part of what makes our program and its participants successful upon graduation. Please allow me to show you a short video that will give you a little bit more understanding of what our program does. This is part of a video that was produced a few years ago. We've edited it down for time constraints, but we want to give you an idea of, I want you to hear from a couple of our graduates.
Some of my experience in the DUI court was actually kind of
That was pretty short, Judge.
I don't think it was supposed to be that short.
Some of my experience in the DUI court was actually kind of rough. The program it's not made to be easy. It was difficult in the beginning, being able to maintain a job, being able to show it to every court appearance, being able to stay sober throughout the whole program.
It was pretty difficult going into it, because when you're living the type of life that I was, you have to make such a dramatic change. You've got to change all the people that you hang out with, where you hang out.
I didn't know anybody in Douglasville. I got out and had some raggedy clothes that were left for me by the jail, and I came up there and didn't have anywhere to go, didn't have anything to eat, no money in my pocket, no food, didn't know what I was going to do, but I never felt alone.
I learned in the program if I keep myself in that negative state of mind and relying on alcohol to just put me to sleep at night or take away the pain and the depression that I was going through, that I wasn't going to get anywhere. Before I entered the DUI court program, I was in a great deal of depression, but I was burying myself with the alcohol, trying to fight this depression because I never really experienced depression in my life. Since I've been out of the program, I've been very energetic. While I was in the program, I got back in school, got my GED. I'm in college, about to graduate this year. I'm working, at times working 2 jobs. My life is a lot better now.
I wasn't a useful member to society. I was riding on my mother's coattails, borrowing money from her here and there, having to be driven around by friends and family, and I was kind of a big hindrance on people's lives, as where now I can benefit people's lives. I would say that the community has benefited from the program, from me being in it, just for the pure factor that people are safer on the roads because I'm no longer drinking and driving. I have 4 DUIs, 4 accidents to go along with it. It's dangerous.
I think the community benefited with me being in this program because now I'm a safe driver on the road, one less person on the road underneath the influence. And in the community, I believe that people should kind of point out the unsafe drivers. Don't look at the cost of DUI court. look at your time from behind bars. At times, we all have to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, you know, is this the cool person you want to be? Or is it someone inside you that you really want to be?
You have support, and not just somebody saying you need to do this or need to do that's not support. When you feel loved and accepted and part of something greater than yourself, and they're there for you, it's a game changer. It absolutely will change your heart. And if you can change your person's heart, their mind will follow. You can change their behavior at that point. You can change their character. You can change your life. It starts with that hope. And you guys gave that to us right from the start.
Treatment courts are a lot.
So that's just a short version of that video that was made a few years ago. And let me tell you, that's what we do. We change people's lives. And I say we, and I mean our team, along with Judge Fortner and the folks that are here with me. And at this time, I would like for all of them to stand and come forward to be recognized for the work that they do in this award that they have earned and been given. So the commission is aware there are a number of jobs that makes up our what we refer to as a treatment team. Judge Fortner and I each have our own track, but we have a coordinator, case manager, probation officer, surveillance officer, liaison from the sheriff's department, as well as our treatment provider. There's a lot that goes into putting together this program. Our treatment is led by Mr. Josh Nation over there and his group of counselors. They do a fantastic job dealing with our folks, and they do a lot of the heavy lifting on a day-to-day basis. But also our staff deals on a daily basis program. I felt it only appropriate to give them recognition at the time. Judge Fortner wants to come up here, and I would like for him, if you say a word, and also show you the Model Court Award that we brought with us for the commission. Then finally, anything you want to say to him, Judge Fortner, while I pull this up?
No, I think you said it all.
This is where we were given the award at the state conference over in Athens. And then as a special recognition, wanted to recognize Miss Nilsa Martin. Martin, come on up. There are over 180 accountability courts in the state of Georgia. Here at the state conference, each one of those different areas are recognized. There is a person, one, all the different disciplines, whether it's a judge, treatment provider, probation officer, whatever. You'll recall a couple of years ago, Ms. Granger was awarded the coordinator of the year for the entire state. Well, this year we had another winner. Ms. Martin was recognized as the case manager of the year for the entire state. That entails all accountability courts, felony drug courts, mental health courts, juvenile treatment courts, DUI courts for the entire state. She was recognized and given that award, and we're very proud of her and the work that she did. That's it.
Well, again, congratulations, and we're proud of you. Extremely proud, because you are making a difference in this community, and we thank you for that.
We would really like it if we could get a picture with all of y'all.
We would be honored.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. You have the minutes of the commission meeting of September 19th, 2023, the work session minutes of September 18th, 2023, the executive session meeting minutes of September 18, 2003. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions that need to be made? Having none, they stand approved. We have Brenda Grissom here to read a proclamation this morning proclaiming the month of October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in Douglas County.
Good morning
Good morning.
to Chairman Miller.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank
And
you.
the commissioners. Thank you for the honor of being able to read this proclamation. And then I want to personally and publicly thank Commissioner Terenia Carthen for always being in the struggle and the fight against breast cancer, not just in October, but all year round. She's always in the fight. So I just want to personally thank you, Commissioner Carthen. Okay. Proclamation, Douglas County Board of Commissioners, National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas October 2023 is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and whereas National Breast Cancer Awareness Month educates women and men about early detection, diagnosis, and treatment. And whereas October 20th, 2023 is National Mammography Day, and on this day or throughout the month, women are encouraged to make a mammogram appointment. And whereas in 2023, an estimated 297,790 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in women in the U.S., along with 55,720 new cases of non-invasive in situ breast cancers. And whereas about 2,800 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in men in 2023. Whereas there are over 3.8 million breast cancer survivors in the United States. Whereas the statistics are staggering, yet we are encouraged to know that the survival rates have drastically improved in recent years due to increased awareness and innovative advancements in early detection and treatment. And whereas National Breast Cancer Awareness Month recognizes that although many great strides have been made in breast cancer awareness and treatment, there remains much to be accomplished. Now, therefore, the Douglas County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaim the month of October 2023 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month and October 20th, 2023 as National Mammography Day in Douglas County, and encourages all citizens to join in the worthwhile cause to celebrate successes and memorialize those battles. Further, women are encouraged to talk to their health care providers about regular clinical breast exams, getting regular mammograms, and practicing monthly breast exams. So proclaimed this third day, October 2023. Bill Miller, Chairman. Ricky Dobbs Jr., District 1. Kelly Robinson, District 2. Terenia Carthen, District 3. Mark Alcaraz, District 4. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate this. It's dear to my heart.
Thank you so much. Do we have a motion to approve the proclamation as written?
Chairman Miller, I move that we approve the proclamation as read into the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Other than thank you so much, and we're going to. After I got to saying thank you. All right. We have a motion and a second. Please prepare to cast your vote.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay. Could we get a picture with you?
Absolutely. Okay.
You want to talk? The vice chair would like the floor, and she has.
Thank you, Chairman. I just wanted to, while we have this opportunity, to say thank you to you for all that you do. Gertrude's House is a resource and a gem in the county of Douglas for those men and women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer or going through that battle. Gertrude's House can be your battle buddy during this time. And there are other organizations within Douglas County that also is a great resource. I ask that you look up these programs. I ask that you give of your time, your dollars and cents if you can, to help these great and amazing programs. A lot of times we may know of somebody that's been diagnosed with breast cancer, but just knowing them, it's just not them. It's their family members. It's those who they're connected to. So a lot of the times, Gertrude's House, which Ms. Brenda is the founder of, will not only help that person, but be an extension to those who are having to be the caregiver for that particular person. So again, I just wanted to publicly thank you for all that you're doing in our community. You could have settled anywhere, you could have took your foundation anywhere, but you chose it to be a blessing to Douglas County. Thank you very much. I yield, Chairman.
Anyone else? Don't we want to go down and get a picture? Okay.
May I invite some members of Gertrude's House, my daughter Rodella, and then I have some friends from the health department. I'm a member of the Board of Health, and we got a couple of friends from there.
Wonderful.
The breast
Have them
care.
come up.
I know, it's okay.
We have our fire chief, Miles Allen, here to read a proclamation proclaiming the week of October 8th through the 14th, 2023 as Fire Prevention Week in Douglas County. Morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, Board of Commissioners.
Going to read the proclamation for the Fire Prevention Week for October. Whereas Douglas County government is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in and visiting our state, and whereas fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and homes are the location where people are at greatest risk from fire. And whereas home fires kill more than 2,800 civilian deaths in the United States in 2021, according to the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, and fire departments in the United States respond to 338,000 home fires. And whereas cooking is the leading cause of fires in the United States, and fire departments respond to more than 166,400 annually between 2016 and 2020. And whereas 2 of every 5 home fires start in the kitchen, with 31% of these fires resulting from unattended cooking. And whereas more than half of reported non-fatal home cooking fire injuries occurred when the victims tried to fight the fires themselves. Whereas children under 5 face higher risk of non-fire burns associated with cooking than being burned in a cooking fire. And whereas Douglas County residents should turn the pot handles toward the back of the stove, always keep a lid nearby when cooking, keep a 3-foot kid-free zone around the stove, oven, and other things that could get hot. Watch what they heat and set a timer to remind them that they are cooking. And whereas residents should have practiced a home fire escape plan, are more prepared and will therefore be more likely to survive fire. And whereas working smoke alarms cut the risk of dying in reported home fires almost in half. And whereas Douglas County Fire Department first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fire injuries through prevention and protection education. And whereas Douglas County residents are responsive to public education measures are able to take personal steps to increase their safety from fires, especially in their homes. Whereas 2023 Fire Prevention Week theme, cooking safety starts with you. Pay attention to fire prevention. Effectively serves to remind us to stay alert and use caution when cooking to reduce the risk of kitchen fires. Now, therefore, we, the Douglas County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim October 8th through the 14th, 2023, a Fire Prevention Week throughout Douglas County, Georgia. We urge all the people of Douglas County to check their kitchens for fire hazards, use safe cooking practices during Fire Prevention Week 2023, and to support the many public safety activities and efforts of the Douglas County Fire Department. So proclaimed this 3rd day of October 2023. Bill D. Miller, Chairman, Ricky Dobbs, Jr., District 1, Kelly G. Robinson, District 2, Terenia Carthen, District 3, and Mark Alcaraz, District 4. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the proclamation as read?
Chairman, I make a motion that we accept the proclamation as read.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? We have a motion and a second. Please prepare.
Motion carries 5-0.
Would anybody like to say anything? Our vice chair would like the floor.
Thank you. Good morning, Chief Allen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for reminding us in the proclamation of all the things that we do wrong, especially me, because I will be talking on the phone and I will totally forget that I have a pot on the stove. And that has happened several times. And I walked in and basically the pot's melted and everything all over. So it is a habit, right? So I'm so glad you're reminding us of that. That's why I need to get an Instapot so that I won't be burning down stuff. But this is so important, right? You have new recruits that you're training today. They're training to learn Mayday response. Is that what you told us?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Today is Mayday training for
Mayday training, right? So that they can go in and pull somebody out of a fire. And so although we are happy that you're training them, we really wish and hope that none of them have to go and pull any of us out, right? So again, this is great to remind us that we are the best protection against keeping our homes, our families, and even you guys safe. We just need to be aware. So thank you. And with that, I yield, Chairman.
Thank you, dear. Anyone else? Okay, would you like to have a photo taken with us?
I'd love to.
I guess that's why we've never had a fire at my house. Back when I smoked, my wife used to keep the cigarettes in the oven, so I don't know what she does with it now. But thank you, Chief. We appreciate it. We have Jasmine Moore here to read a proclamation proclaiming the month of October 2023 as Disability Employment Awareness Month in Douglas County. Thank you, Jasmine.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's me again. Before we read the proclamation, we just wanted to say a few words to you all. Good morning, Chairman Miller, Board of Commissioners, and members of this great community that are present today. My name is Jasmine Moore, and I'm here representing Grateful Hands Incorporated. October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month. This year's theme is Advancing Equity and Access. One of the purposes of this month is to educate the public about various issues related to disability and employment. While I did not have any immediate employment barriers, that is not everyone's story, and that is why we are here before you today. Grateful Hands Incorporated aims to educate, advocate, and empower those with a disability. We educate others on the challenges individuals with disabilities face and how they can help. In partnership with the Bobby Dodd Institute, Elevate Douglas Economic Partnership, and the Douglas County Chamber, we are hosting an inclusive job and community resource fair on October 17th. In addition to the job fair, we will also be hosting a resume and interview boot camp. Information about these two events can be found at elevatedouglas.com/job fair. I would like to welcome Breezy Strayton, Vice President of Elevate Douglas, to share a few words.
We're good. Good morning. Chairman Miller, Board of Commissioners, citizens of Douglas County. I'm Breezy Strayton, Vice President, Elevate Douglas Economic Partnership, and our mission is to create a globally competitive and resilient economy with a superior quality of life in Douglas County. And we understand that is only possible when all members of our community have access to family-sustaining wage employment opportunities. Partnering with Grateful Hands, the Bobby Dodd Institute, and the Douglas County Chamber to host an inclusive job fair is only one small way of working to achieve our mission. I would like to welcome Joe Paolini from the Bobby Dodd Institute just to share a few words.
Thank you, Breezy. Thank you, Commissioner and all. Very happy to be here. Very proud to represent Bobby Dodd Institute. I'm the Vice President of Business and Services. We have the distinct pleasure of empowering and employing people with disabilities throughout the metro and Atlanta area, as well as the state of Georgia. We closed our year last year by supporting 2,500 individuals with disabilities on our programs and services side. But we also have the pleasure of being a large employer of people with disabilities. We manage multiple lines of business in the federal, state, and commercial level, and we employ people with disabilities in over 50% of those employment opportunities. We just hit our 400th employee last week, so we're very happy to employ very many people throughout the region. And we're extremely excited to partner with Douglas County, with Jasmine and Grateful Hands to have this job fair and this resource fair here in Douglas County. Thank you.
So I'm pretty sure everyone is wondering what makes this job fair different than any other that's been hosted here. Grateful Hands will be presenting to the Douglas County HR Professional Council, which actually is today at 11:30, to share with our local employers about disability and employment, the importance of accommodations in the workplace, and ways to help bridge the gap between those with disabilities and employment. The first step towards awareness and employment opportunities is for employers to have a better understanding of disability and employment and an open mind and intention on hiring qualified individuals of all abilities. In our conclusion, we want to leave you with this quote by Judith Heyman. Part of the problem is that we tend to think that equality is about treating everyone the same when it's not. It's about fairness. It's about equity of access. Grateful Hands, Elevate Douglas, Douglas County Chamber, and the Bobby Dodd Institute would like to thank you for understanding the vital role those with a disability has in our workforce, their right to experience employment, and making Douglasville a more inclusive and Douglas County community for all of its citizens. So Breezy will read the proclamation.
All right. In recognition of October as National Disability Employment Awareness Month, whereas in 2022, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that just 21.3% of all people with a disability are employed. And whereas people with disabilities are an important and vital part of our community as valued workers and business owners. And whereas people with disabilities are innovative and valued contributors in the workplace. And whereas the employment barriers those with a disability face are not at the forefront of the minds of the public, and those whose employment and livelihood are not directly affected by having a disability. And whereas although the percentage of employed Americans has increased by 2.2%, there is still progression to be made. And whereas Congress realized and acknowledged the vital role this entire population has in our workforce and their well-deserved rights to experience employment. And whereas October is observed as National Disability Awareness Month to honor the contributions of people with disabilities in our country and to recommit to eliminating barriers in employment. And whereas we are committed to providing a workforce that supports diversity and encourages inclusion. And whereas we are committed to embracing the diverse abilities of all our citizens, supporting those abilities and providing them with the necessary accommodation to be successful employees. And whereas Grateful Hands, Inc., Elevate Douglas, and the Bobby Dodd Institute are collaborating to host an inclusive job and career fair that embraces and welcomes citizens of all abilities on October 17th from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Douglasville Conference Center. Now, therefore, the Douglas County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim the month of October 2023 as Disability Employment Awareness Month in Douglas County, so proclaimed this third day of October 2023. Signed by Chairman Phil Miller, Ricky Dobbs Jr., District 1, Kelly G. Robinson, District 2, Terenia Carthen, Vice Chair, District 3, Mark Alcaraz, District 4.
Do we have a motion to approve the proclamation as read?
Motion to approve as read, sir.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please prepare to cast your vote.
Motion carries 5-0.
Anybody have any comments? Mr. Kelly Roberts.
Thank you for being here. Yasmin, thank you for being here. Bobby Dodd, Breezy, thank you guys. No, I get it. The importance of bringing awareness to the disabled. For those that may not know, I'm visually impaired, got less than probably now 2% of vision. Probably won't make it through the end of the year. That's my story. But I appreciate the employment that Douglas County proper does to those who are disabled. I thank the citizens who voted me 2 times for being visually impaired. Keep going. The awareness is here, right? And it's you're right. It is about equity, right? You got to accommodate us a little bit more. Yes, I need a little bit more software to the employers. Like, yeah, it's your consciousness. Like, look, called reasonable accommodation. That's the key. Got to spend a little bit more equity. But the work product is on point, right? I mean, typically those with disabilities, we do our work even better. We're more focused. We're more on point. We have to. We have to put up, like, we have to do it. The energy that it takes. So the awareness is like, no, you're not. It's not a trade-off. It's no, we got this. I'm proud of who I am. Very whole. I need everybody who has a disability now. I understand. I live it. So I appreciate, guys, what you're doing. Bobby Dodd, I did not know y'all were out here doing this. I'm very delighted. We'll talk after this. But I do appreciate that. Give them an opportunity. Give them, it is equal opportunity, equal access, equal treatment. All that's in the name of fairness. But it's one thing to have proclamations and to do those things, it's another to actually do it. Show the fruit. Show the receipts that we're actually doing it, that you do have employees with disability and they're in the right space, they're right lane. Like, I mean, I can't be a fireman. I can't do that, but I got this on lock. You find your space, you do it well. So I appreciate that. So I just wanted to share that we're bringing this awareness. Thank you, Board of Commissioners, for advancing this, and to you guys for making this. This is important, and I'm glad to hear about that job fair, giving them opportunity. I yield, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Jasmine, could we have a photo taken?
That's fine. I also wanted to acknowledge we have Ms. Erica Riley from the new vocational rehabilitation facility that's opening in a tributary. She's here today, so I wanted to recognize her because Voc Rehab, they do employ those with a disability as well, and they actually have helped me personally. So I did want to recognize her for being here. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now begin with our agenda items. County Clerk, please begin with our business items.
Yes, sir. Number 7 is approval of the 2024 Douglas County Employee Benefit Offerings as recommended by the Benefits Committee, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Director Danielle Nichols.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board. I'm before you again today because unfortunately on yesterday, the county's benefits broker, MSI, did not have an opportunity to complete the presentation regarding renewal options after the question and answers related to the medical renewal. So if you all are comfortable, I would like to invite Ms. Ashley Gilder up with MSI to continue the benefits presentation with respect to renewal options, and we will resume with the options related to dental.
Would be honored.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. So I will review the current benefit offerings that are up for renewal along with those recommended changes as determined in conjunction with the Benefits Committee. So as I understand it, you know, like we were saying yesterday, we did spend the bulk of the time focusing on the medical renewal. So we will spend the majority of the time today on the dental and vision renewal along with the life and disability renewals. Just to quickly recap yesterday's presentation in regard to the medical, the recommendation is to renew with Anthem, just carving out that stop loss, which will have no impact to employees, and then maintaining employee contributions, which will allow us to secure a savings in the amount of, I believe, right around $300,000 in comparison to the renewal with Anthem, for an overall projected increase to the health plan of roughly $420,000. Moving on to the dental renewal. So we did perform a comprehensive market evaluation. However, the most competitive option, it's very sad that I cannot see this laptop right here in front of me, but so for the dental, the most competitive option, thank you, is to renew with Anthem. No proposed changes to the plan designs or the employee contributions, which will result in the county absorbing that increase of roughly $40,000. Moving on to vision, there are no changes here. So a rate hold was issued by Anthem. Again, no changes to the plan designs and no changes to the employee contributions here. So the recommendation is to renew the self-funded health plan with Anthem. Moving on to the basic life insurance, again, we did solicit proposals from all viable options. However, the most competitive option with the least amount of disruption would be to actually move the life insurance to One America, who is currently the disability provider. This will allow us to benefit from really improved customer service along with consolidated billing. So One America did match the plan designs. They also matched the rate, so there would be no projected increase here. In One America, in terms of the voluntary life insurance, they have agreed to grant a true open enrollment, which means those who have not previously elected the voluntary life insurance, they will not have to go through those health questions up to that guaranteed issue amount. So overall, the recommendation here is to change the basic life insurance to One America. Moving on to the LTD renewal, again, this is through One America. No change to plans, but due to an increase in claims activity as compared to the premium paid out over the course of the last few years, there is a projected increase of $38,000 in which the county would absorb. As with the other plans, we did perform a comprehensive market evaluation, with this ultimately being the most competitive option. So again, the recommendation is to renew with One America for the long-term disability. The short-term disability, this is a voluntary option to employees with 2 plan options, and there is no change here in plan designs nor the cost. So One America did issue a rate hold to all existing benefits, thus the recommendation is to renew with One America for the short-term disability. Last but not least is Know the Cost. So this is a radiology savings program that we are proposing the county implement for the new plan year. This would have no impact to the current benefit offerings. It would rather just round out that comprehensive benefits package. And it would allow employees the opportunity to visit Know the Cost standalone facilities and receive those radiology exams, MRIs, CT scans, PET scans, x-rays at a $0 cost. So there is no admin fee associated with it. It is strictly just billed as a claim should the employees have those services performed. So the recommendation is to move forward in implementing Know the Cost for the 2024 plan year. Overall, just recapping the recommended changes, it will be to continue with Anthem for the medical plan with Veracity as the pharmacy benefits manager. However, to carve out that stop loss to Voya, again, no impact to employees whatsoever. It's strictly done behind the scenes for an overall projected increase of $473,000 or 3.2%. For dental, the recommendation is to renew the self-funded health plan with Anthem as is for a total projected increase of $40,000. Vision, no changes here, so recommended to renew the self-funded health plan with Anthem. For the life insurance, again, the recommendation is to change to One America to benefit from improved customer service and consolidated billing with no change in cost. Disability, the recommendation is to renew with One America with a projected overall increase to the long-term disability plan of $38,000 with a no change in voluntary short-term disability coverage. Know the Cost, we do recommend we move forward in offering this program to employees for the 2024 plan year. And then lastly, we are recommending that we change the benefit end date, changing it from date of termination to last day of the month for those employees in which do choose to leave Douglas County. Any questions?
Anyone have questions or comments? Vice Chair?
Good morning. Thank you for the overview. I'm going to go backwards, starting with the Know the Care, Know the Cost.
Yes.
So I see that you do have in-network radiology centers that are listed here locally.
Yes.
Okay. So two things.
Mm-hmm.
When someone can't get in with those, because one of those I've actually tried to use for MRI, when trying to get in at times, it can be really, really difficult. So in those cases, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, that is very unfortunate. And I know getting in to see many providers can be a challenge. Unfortunately, you do have to use a know the cost facility to benefit and pay, that
The
$0 copay. So unfortunately, there's not really any outside options in order to, not have to
Realize
pay
that
anything.
cost. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And then they will actually do the claims, right? It's nothing that we have to do on our end as a patient. We don't have to get the...
Nothing. So yes, you will actually receive an ID card in the mail, make that appointment, and then when you do get in, you would go see them, show them your ID card, and then they will bill it as a claim. There is nothing the member has to do. So it is truly an incentive to employees to use. 70% of all radiology exams are done by providers in which charge inflated cost. So that's where it allows the county to, secure savings while also being a huge benefit to the member.
Got you. And so this is separate from the Anthem plan.
Completely separate, no impact whatsoever.
Got you. My next question is in regards to the MetLife life insurance. So I don't know if you know this, but how long have we been with MetLife?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's been a couple years now. I want to say that y'all just moved to MetLife a few years back, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I can't find out.
So now we would be possibly choosing if the board so decided to go with One America. I see that there is no cost impact. However, you said, you answer the same amount of questions, but what if those questions are no longer no now? They're yes, right? Is there a penalty, right?
Right. So, and it's only capped at that guaranteed issue amount.
Of your annual salary.
Yep. So typically whenever we move the life carrier, that is something that we stipulate in our negotiations, so that those members who did not initially elect life insurance, during their new hire window or at their initial open enrollment period, are not penalized and do have that opportunity to receive that life insurance up into, to that guaranteed issue amount. So,
and in regards to the healthcare questions, the questions that usually the life insurance company will ask you, like, hey, have you had cancer? Have you this, that? Beforehand, when we were with MetLife, you might have answered, well, no, I didn't. But since that time, because I know MetLife guarantees us for at least 3 years at the price that we...
Right, and it would be the exact same
and
way
it would be the
with
exact,
One
so
America.
there would be...
Yes, so once you purchase it, then it's locked in. So you don't have to re-answer those health questions unless you are asking or requesting an additional amount over the guaranteed issue the following year, but it would still have no impact on the amount that you currently have.
Good. And I think that's it. That's my last question. Thank you so much. I
Yes.
yield.
Thank you. Anyone else? Commissioner Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I just wanted to follow up yesterday's conversation, extending it today about customer service. You mentioned, it was mentioned that we're moving from the life to the disability. We're consolidating and better billing. So we're not saving any money, but it sounds like the objective was about better customer service. How do we evaluate that? Like, were we not getting good service?
It's not that you weren't getting bad service. It's just it can often be confusing when life and disability is with two different carriers from an employee perspective. So MetLife, they have had, the most challenges from a customer service perspective due to the results of the pandemic. They had to lay off a lot of people, which did impact, their overall customer service. However, it has improved That said, One America, we have been with them on the disability. The feedback has been extremely positive from a customer service perspective. So we felt like going ahead and consolidating those plans, would be a benefit not only for the employees, but also the county.
Okay. So it was just timing. So we don't adhere to, and this is maybe a broader question to our director. When we change firms, 5 years out, I mean, how long, to Madam Vice Chair's point, how long was MetLife? Put the pandemic to the side. I get it. We went through it as a county. But I'm just curious is why change unless there was something wrong, which brings me back to my question regarding veracity. Did you guys address that issue about service, our international provider? I still want that question answered.
Yes, and I know that my counterpart who was here yesterday is, in the weeds on that with veracity. Certainly understand that's a sensitive topic, and we don't want anyone going without medication or there to be any type of, service issue from a customer service perspective. So we are definitely working on that, and we'll make sure we get what we need there. Yes.
Anyone else? Are we ready to vote on this, or did you have anything else?
Unless
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve this item?
Chairman, I make a motion to approve the 2024 Douglas County Employees Benefit offerings that have been provided or recommended by the Benefits Committee.
Have a second. Any discussion? Vice Chair.
Director Nichols.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair.
We will, if this is approved by the board, this will go into effect January 2024.
Correct.
The way that we will roll this out, is it electronically, or how will we roll this out for employees to know some of the changes?
So MSI, we generate open enrollment packets that go to each individual employee. It includes an open enrollment letter with a high-level overview of each of the changes, along with a benefits guide that includes comprehensive and detailed information concerning each benefit and the cost. We also provide an enrollment platform where employees can go on to review all of this information, make any changes that they would like. And we also have on-site counselors that come on-site. The dates and times of that are on that open enrollment letter, so that anyone who does not want to enroll themselves can individually meet with a counselor who can answer any questions they have and enroll on their behalf.
Thank you. And that will roll out when? Do you have the dates for that?
So that will be going out in the coming weeks, and then counselors will be on site. I believe it's later this month.
Later this month.
And Madam Vice Chair, the enrollment timeframe is 30 days, so there would be ample time for employees to come out to the sessions to ask any specific questions they may have.
Thank you. And one other question. I understand the benefits committee and how it's set up, but a lot of times, and this is just me talking to you, right? Open dialogue. I think we should include employees from different departments because people have different experiences and this is their benefits plan. So I think, or at least have a survey open up where people can actually go online and take that survey to let us know, if they are having any issues. Again, we crossed an issue with veracity in regards to the pharmacy benefit, but we need to know if there was anything else, right? So at least if we're not going to put more employees on the benefits committee, at least give an open portal or survey to let people be able to express if they have had any issues or concerns or even praises.
So thank you for the feedback. That's an excellent idea. I'm still exploring the specifics related to the development of the benefits committee, but I definitely think it is a great opportunity for employees to provide feedback about their experience because we want to make certain that holistically the offerings are well suited for all.
Absolutely. Thank you. I yield, Chairman.
Any other discussion? We have a motion and a second. Please prepare. County Clerk. Oh.
Motion carries 4-1.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Okay, I'll be starting the consent agenda. Number 8, authorization to accept a Federal Transit Administration grant, GA-2023-030-000, fiscal year 21, section 5307, funds apportioned to Douglas County in the amount of $1,169,481, and fiscal year 21, 5339 funds in the amount of $250,000 with a 20% match required to be funded through the Connect Douglas budget, amend the budget as needed, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Number 9, authorization to accept the ACCG Group Health Benefit Program Health Promotion Grant in the amount of $6,000, 2 increments of $3,000 each with no match, amend the budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Number 10, authorization to enter into a memorandum of agreement between Douglas County Fire and EMS Department and Right Sight Health, Inc. for non-emergency telehealth services at no cost to the county, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Number 11, approval of a 12-month contract with Owen Security System to provide security for the Board of Elections annexed locations located at 6381 Catherine Street, Suite B and Suite D, with a one-time upfront fee of $199 and monthly fee of $39.99 and a $36.99 for a monthly total of $76.98 to be funded through the Elections Department budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Number 12, certificate of preliminary plat approval for Walters Creek subdivision. Number 13, approval of a contract with ROK Technology for GIS cloud hosting services in the amount of $95,670 to be funded through the previously approved 2022 ARPA technology projects as recommended by the Technology Committee, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Number 14, authorization to approve the 2024 schedule for work sessions, commission meetings, planning and zoning board meetings, and variance hearings.
Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the removal of line item number 12, certificate of the preliminary plat for Walters Creek subdivision.
And do we have a second?
Point of order, County Attorney.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's.
Weigh in on the validation of the motion to change in the middle of consent. Clarify for us. I think the intent was to take it off before we got into consent, but clarify if this is a valid procedure, please.
Typically, you are asked that a matter be moved from the consent agenda before it's voted on. Been voted on already. I think it has been approved on the consent agenda. You could make a motion for reconsideration. Something has been voted on and approved on the reconsidered in the same meeting. Matter has been voted on and approved. It would be subject to a reconsideration.
So just for clarity, so we got a motion, we don't have a second, so it's in motion. So right now we got to play through this, then come back on the other side. Help Commissioner out. I'm not against it. Just clarify the rule, right? That's all I'm looking for.
If it has not been voted on, I think it's appropriate to have it removed before it's voted.
Okay. Chairman, I'd like to remove my motion.
Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Hmm? No.
Yep. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to remove from the consent agenda line item number 12.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to remove item 12, which is a certificate of preliminary plat approval for Walker's Creek subdivision. Are we voting?
We'll need a hand vote.
Okay. All right, all in favor, raise your hand. All opposed? Motion carries.
So point of order, are we gonna move on that motion, that topic first, or do we want to finish the consent agenda? County Attorney, please guide us. When should we take up first?
I think you would remove that item from the consent agenda and complete the action that you were taking with respect to the consent. Without the item that you voted to remove.
Okay, that one first, then consent. Okay.
No, consent agenda first.
Consent.
And then the item that you have removed. But
Very
the consent agenda does not include the removed item.
All right. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve the amended consent agenda.
We have a second. Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
So just
Yes,
for clarity, we are consenting to items 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, and 14. Is that correct, clerk?
Correct.
Yes, 8 through 14 with the removal of number 12.
I yield, Chair.
We have a motion and a second. Please prepare to cast your. Do we have to do hands? Okay. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. We have a, I'm sorry? Can't hear you.
We'll need to take number 12, and I'll go ahead and read that. Certificate of preliminary plat approval for Walters Creek subdivision. We'll need a motion and a second.
Do we have a motion to approve the certificate of preliminary plat approval for Walters Creek subdivision? Having none, motion dies. Okay. Can we go back to announcements now? Is that where we are?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we have a few announcements this morning. Yvette Jones, our Chief Communication Officer, will come up to read our announcement.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Madam Vice Chairman, and the Board of Commissioners. It's a pleasure to see you this morning. A few announcements for you. On behalf of Vice Chairman and District 3 Commissioner Terenia Carthen, in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, all women, county employees only at this time, ages 35 and above, are eligible to receive a free mammogram screening on Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. Quantum Radiology will administer the screenings from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. in front of the courthouse entrance. Please schedule your screening exam by registering at the following link, douglascounty.mymammo.net. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, the third floor art gallery has been filled with vivid, bright, and vibrant paintings by multiple Hispanic artists. The exhibit, entitled Our Identity, Our Culture, is on display now until October 15th, 2023. Join us for an artist chat on October 6th, that's this Friday at 6 p.m., where you can meet the artists and learn more about their work. For more information, contact Wendy Cottle at kcottle@douglascountyga.gov. Looking for your chance to give and to help save lives? The county's annual blood drive will be held on October 11th, 2023, right here in Citizens Hall from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. For more information, contact Felicia Turner at fturner@douglascountyga.gov. And it's time to celebrate Douglas County's rich history. Join us on October 17th, 2023 for a Founders Day celebration commemorating the county's 153rd anniversary. There will be a Founders Day program at 5 p.m., which will be followed by a proclamation during the Board of Commissioners meeting. The Douglas County Museum of History and Art will also feature walking tours and a scavenger hunt from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. For more information, contact Wendy Cottle at kcottle@douglascountyga.gov. Keep Douglas County Beautiful presents Adopt a Spot. You can adopt any eligible spot in Douglas County to assist with beautifying, reducing waste, and preventing litter. For more information, contact Amaji Stewart at istewart@douglascountyga.gov. And the probate office will be open on Saturday, October 7th, 2023 from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. for all your probate service needs. And the Douglas County Probate Court presents Winter Wonderland Weddings, officiated by Judge Christina J. Peterson. The Douglas County Probate Court is hosting a complimentary group wedding ceremony with a reception to follow. All participants must be residents of Douglas County. To register, please email swallace@douglascountyga.gov. The event will be held on December 12th at 12 p.m. That's 12/12 at 12, right here in Citizens Hall, 8700 Hospital Drive, Douglasville, Georgia 30134. The ceremony is open to the public. And that completes our announcements for today. I yield back.
Thank you, dear. Is there any other business to come before the Board of Commissioners?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes, County Clerk, please validate that one vote that went forth regarding the health care benefits.
Okay, just a minute. Let me get back to it.
Yep.
Four to one abstention.
Yeah, it's how you said it, 4-1. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I did abstain.
Yes.
I wanted to clarify.
Abstain, yes. It was an abstain.
4-0-1. Thank you. All right, I yield, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Is there any other comment? Attorney Coleman, do we need to go into executive session?
No, Mr. Chairman, we do not have a need for executive session today.
This meeting is recessed until 6 p.m. tonight at the Joint Planning and Zoning Board of Commissioners meeting. Thank you.